Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey and this is the new 2025 Kia K4, the brand's replacement for the Forte compact sedan. Slotting under the K5 midsize sedan, this vehicle is now flirting with midsize numbers because it's like the longest and the widest against competitors and sales leaders in the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla. Is this new K4 enough to woo you away from the leaders, or have they done enough? In this video, I'm in Detroit, Michigan to give you a very quick tour. Stay tuned. Yes, Gearheads, Kia invited me and flew me out to Detroit, Michigan to check this out in a studio environment. The first time I saw it, which is the last time I saw it, was at the global debut at the New York Auto Show, where people were swarming all around it. And I did my best to get any time with it whatsoever. But we'll start with what powers this thing up underneath the hood. This is a pre-production version of the top trim GT Line Turbo, which employs a 1.6 turbocharged engine, well, as you would expect from its name. The other engine choice in the K4 is a 2-liter 4-cylinder. I'll go ahead and put the power numbers on the screen, but this is the one that definitely appeals to me because of the power and transmission, all of which I will put details on the screen and down in the video description down below. This is a very fun, very intriguing vehicle to me in a segment that is actually growing for the Kia brand. Yes, Kia claims they have seen massive growth in this segment for the Forte, now the K4, since 2018, and they are just doubling down on that momentum, bringing all the same exterior design elements that we see across the entire lineup. You get the star map headlight pattern that really does emphasize the width of this vehicle. Again, one of the widest in the segment, really flirting with those midsize segment numbers and making for a very big, roomy, compact sedan that does have a very interesting and intriguing starting price for just how much tech and options that they pack in even as standard. This color right here, and I know my camera is struggling in the studio lighting, is called Morning Mist. It's that new green-gray color that so many brands are getting into. There, finally, white balance adjusted. Let's see, I'll just stand right here. That's where the white balance seems to like it the most. This is the most true to what I am seeing color right here. Like I said, tinge of green, a little bit of gray. Competitors have like cacti green from Chevrolet, and they're painting it everything. We see it on Trailblazers, tracks, and even the new Corvette. So yes, Kia offers this Morning Mist here on the K4. This is, again, the GT Line Turbo variant. As we come around to the front, I do want to talk about the styling just a little bit more. Talked about that star map lighting. This is a pre-production model, so the headlights are just a little bit different. I do not have them turned on because these are the lower grade headlights, though the top grade will get 4 crystallized projector LED elements within that lighting unit. As we come around to the side, this new wheel design was not shown off to us in New York. It's on the GT Line Turbo models. It is a black design. You can see they are wrapped in 235/40 R18-inch Kumo Majesty tires, and a very nice sporty design. We do have disc brakes all the way around, hiding back behind them. We do get black wheel arches and a black lower valences on this one, which is something you really see on SUVs and crossovers. Interesting that they bring that here to a sedan. I guess they're wanting to show it's more sporty and athletic. They're trying to bridge that gap because a lot of people are going to crossover segments, but there's still a lot of appeal to sedans just for their affordability. Less materials means less money. As we come back to the back, you can see, again, emphasizing the width, they even moved the door handle for the back door so we can get this hip line back here. Very reminiscent of like that old Coke bottle shape of muscle cars made popular here in Detroit, Michigan in the 1960s. We get that very athletic, sculpted rear haunch. And to that end, yes, they moved the door handle right here. We'll talk more about this door in just a moment as we get back to it. Coming around to the back, this angle right here, they really want to emphasize the sportiness of it, this fastback-like design, and much like the larger K5, the window is meant to go down lower into the trunk line, again, giving you that fastback-like look. This is part of the trunk. Yes, this is not a liftback, this has an actual trunk. And like the K5, it is just to visually kind of emphasize that rear window and shrink that overall deck lid, or at least the appearance of it. Very interesting kind of area right here, all the angles and corners coming together. Unique design lines for sure. As we pan around to the back of the vehicle, you can see all LED lights back here. We get that star map lighting back here as well. Very cool, very interesting. Get a diffuser style rear bumper, and you can see our exhaust tips are down here on the passenger side. To get into the trunk, we've got that button right there that pops it open. It is not a power trunk, but it does open up rather nicely by itself. And then you can see we have a nice wide opening, very large trunk space, very easy to get large cargo in here. We do have a 60/40 split bench back row, or second row of seats, but which is traditional for the sedan segment. This is the only latch to make those fold down. One thing that they do that I really like, this little grab handle right here. I've got it on my daily driver, which is a 2013 Chevy Cruze, which I guess competes in this segment many years ago. But yes, this is very nice because I can just pull it closed without getting fingerprints everywhere and messing up my beautiful morning mist paint. All the way around, it is a very sculpted, very athletic look, but look at this, really looks unlike anything else in the segment. The last generation Civic really kind of went far out spacey, and I think Kia saw that and said, you know what, we can do it just a little bit better. I don't know, really stands out to me. We do have passive entry here on the front doors, not on the back doors, and you can see a power seat that moves back when you open the door, and we have memory seats up here. These are heated and ventilated seats. We get express up down on the front windows, not on the back windows, but that's somewhat typical here in this segment. A lot of unique material choices. We've got soft touch materials all right here, but hard plastic right here, but it's not glossy black, so I like that a lot. You can see we get a Harman Kardon sound system, a little bit of storage down here. We get our latches to open our fuel door and our trunk down here. Get a multi-way power adjustable seat with two-way lumbar. And then these seats look like they were ripped right out of EV6, which is not a bad thing. We even get that GT line embossed right there. And then a accent color here that I have been told we will see in a red accent on these GT line turbo models if appropriately optioned. So all the cream that you see in this one could also be red, depending on your exterior color choices. As we come inside, you can see 12.3-inch screen here, 12.3-inch screen here. Let's see if it'll actually turn on for me. We've got the power button right here. Can I put it in accessory mode? Yes, much like the Kia EV9, the IP in here is very familiar to anyone who's been in Kia's latest award-winning crossover. So 12.3-inch screen here on top trims, 12.3-inch screen here, which is standard across the board, and then a little helper screen right here in the center for all your HVAC, because they finally did away with, as with the Kia EV9, the dual function garbage here. So I'm also here checking out the new Carnival, and it has that dual function screen. This, I feel, is a better setup, although typical eyeline, this is my eyeline right now, you don't really see that helper screen too much, so they're still working through some things, trying to clean up the look of it, but I like it well enough. You get physical controls, you also get some digital controls, so I like that well enough. A few physical hard buttons right here, volume roller knob, Qi wireless charger, USB USB-C interfaces, but we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Quick access parking button, which I really like, 360 cameras, and you can pan around the vehicle, which I too really like. You're seeing the tire there because I do still have the door open, but I like that really nicely. Very unique material choices in here. No gloss black to speak of up here, but this is glossy. It isn't black. It's kind of a charcoal. I wonder how that will wear over time. I do like the steering wheel design. I like the contrast. I like that you get all your functional buttons up here, and your drive mode, again, like Kia EV9, is placed right here. Coming to me, I've got plenty of room. Like I said, we'll go ahead and pull this door closed because the seat does move into place for ease of entry and exit, but I'm very comfortable here. You can see that 12.3 inch screen there. No head-up display, but that is fairly typical of this segment. We'll pop out now and see what it's like sitting behind myself in the back seat. Before we do climb in though, an interesting design choice. So I went on and on about this hip, this muscular bulge on the back of the vehicle, but that does mean we get a rather large extension from where the door actually ends. There is a lot of extra metal here that I'm just wondering, if I give my 6-year-old free rein, if this sharp corner isn't going to find another vehicle in the grocery store parking lot. So just a unique side effect of the bold design that they were trying to go with here with this bulged rear panel. I like the look with the door closed. I'm just very curious. Again, you can see just how much extra there is here. It really is right there. All that is extra. I wonder how that will translate in the real world. Climbing behind myself, that seat is moved back into place. Again, Kia EV9 seat, so hard plastic back here, no mat pocket back here, but there is one right here. Air vents on the back of the center console, which is a huge win in this segment. That is, again, another mid-size-like feature to go with my mid-size-like space. 2 USB-C ports, a little bit of storage here. We do get a large center tunnel here, so if you put 3 adults back here, which I guess you can do because, again, it's one of the larger vehicles in the segment, you're going to be straddling that, awkward touching, whatever the case may be. You know, do you remember that Chevy Colorado commercial from like years ago? I'll see if I can find it and link it down below. Otherwise, these seats back here are comfortable. Even with that sloping roofline, I've got enough headroom here at 5'10", but I can tell you, people taller than me, I am the average American male's height, probably gonna have a little bit of trouble back here. 6'10", definitely not gonna fit. 6'4", that's gonna be pushing it. It really depends though on your leg to torso ratio. Anyway, very comfortable back seat, and you can see here, we do have stuff like a fold down center armrest with a couple cup holders, and it doesn't do the Toyota thing where it flops all the way down to the seat. So, very nice back seat, very roomy vehicle all the way around. Lots of updated tech on it. I'll put further details down in the description below, but it is a very attractive vehicle at a very attractive price point. Crossovers and SUVs are really kind of bringing that average transaction price up, but sedans like this one are still keeping affordable vehicles in the garages and driveways of Americans from coast to coast, and this is definitely an appealing option that would have me, without having driven it yet, cross-shopping it against sales leaders of Corolla and of Honda Civic. And I think that is something I'm not alone in, because Kia says the Forte has seen sales increases steadily since 2018. So what say you? Is this enough to woo you away from Toyota and Honda? Have they done enough? Do they stand out enough? Sound off down in the comments down below. Find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. Hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you are notified when new vehicle coverage and reviews come out from us. But here from Detroit, Michigan, in a studio environment with the new 2025 Kia K4. Until next time, gearheads, bye.